Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about the latest from ColourPop. This is their Darth Vader palette. Now this palette is currently available. It just launched on Thursday, February 24th, which is yesterday if you're watching this video the day that it goes up. And this palette is priced at $16 US, but I went and double checked myself. Codes do work on this particular release. Sometimes you can't really be sure. Some of the collaboration palettes won't accept codes, but this one did, so you can always use my affiliate code. It's just Amanda, and that will save you 10% on most purchases on the ColourPop site. Sometimes special releases, full collection sets, things that are already on sale will not take the code or will be more expensive with a code. So definitely keep your eye on that because I want you to get the best deal possible. But if you're just going to pick up this Darth Vader palette, then you can use a code. That is an affiliate code, so I do earn a commission just so that we're all on the same page. And I deeply appreciate everybody who does choose to do so. It really helps out on the channel, and you are the absolute best. Okay, let's get into the palette now. First, let's take a look at the packaging. Both the box and the palette have the exact same artwork. So just looking at the box here, you can see some of the details are sort of shiny. They have that cool plasticky look, just like Darth Vader has himself. And then when we flip the palette over on the back, you can see there is an ingredients list here. This is only on the box. You won't find it on the palette. And there is one shade that has the not intended for use in the immediate eye area warning. That's this one called Sith Lord. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll link my wine collection video down in the description box for you so that you can learn a little bit more about what those pigment warnings are, how you can test, patch test, and all of that good stuff. Now we're looking at the back of the actual palette. You can see there's no ingredients list on this one, but it still has the little eye safety warning, and all the shade names are laid out on the back. When we look at the front of the palette, we have those same raised details. They have a little bit of shine to them. It's definitely a very dimensional type of palette, has a lot of depth. I really like this artwork. I think it's cool. It's definitely something really different, and I like that. It reminds me a lot of the Mandalorian palette art. Then when we look inside here, this is a cardboard palette, but it does have the mirror inside, has this little "I have you now" detail on the inside next to the mirror. We have several different finishes inside. There are 4 true matte shades. There's one matte with tons and tons of glitter. That's dark side there on the bottom row. And then we have a few shimmers, and I definitely have some questions about the very first shade, Stormtrooper. I believe that this shimmer is a Super Shock shadow, but I looked on their website. There's nothing on the site, there's nothing on the packaging that indicates that this is a Super Shock, but watch what happens. I'm gonna just push my finger here. I'm not even gonna push that hard. I'm just gonna push my little fingy here, and you can see this leaves a huge dent in the shadow. The other shadows are not this soft. They're not creamy and bouncy. So I really do think this is a Super Shock shadow. It's just not labeled as such. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not complaining. I just wanted to point that out for you since I didn't see it indicated anywhere else. And don't worry, you can easily fix it. So my palette's fine. I just wanted to kind of show you my experience there. Now we're going to do swatches of this palette. I am going to show you both finger and brush swatches. The finger swatches are on top, and then each corresponding brush swatch is directly below. This whole color story all laid out side by side, I think looks very pleasing to the eye. It overall fits the theme for me. I do feel like it's a little strange that there's not a matte black, but you know, a lot of palettes have matte black. Not everybody needs that. Overall, I think the color story is interesting. It's cool. It fits the theme. I do think that first shade, Stormtrooper, the alleged Super Shock shadow, should have been a white. It's kind of like a light pinkish color, and I do think that one's a little bit out of place. But overall, I like the color story. Performance seems pretty consistent, so no real complaints with the shadows themselves. Now let's do just a few comparisons. You know, I love comparison time. First, we have the Blow and Smoke palette. I always have to show you the inside instead of the front cover because I have the old palette that was called Smoke Show. It's not called that anymore. Anyway, there are quite a few similar shades here, but not a ton of dead-on dupes. I would say that last little section, the dark metallic gray and then the deep gray matte shade, are the most similar, but the other comparison palettes are more of a match in my opinion. So this is the Of Quartz palette, kind of a newer palette to the ColourPop family. And when I was swatching these together, I felt like first these would be great companion palettes, and it seems like Darth Vader is just a more hardcore version of Quartz. Of Quartz is a softer version of the same color scheme. So these could work nicely together. And I like that Darth Vader is like the metal sister of Quartz. And the real surprise here, at least for me, is the Stone Cold Fox palette comparison. These are almost the same. The red shimmer in the center is a little bit different, and the very last shade, that deepest matte shade, not quite as intense. But overall, I feel like a lot of these colors are very, very close to being a one-to-one match, if not a direct dupe. So this was kind of a shock to me. Now we're going to do a little palette ranking. I have a very, very special guest joining me for this portion. So everybody, please welcome my resident Star Wars expert, my 7-year-old son. Okay, your eyes closed?
Yeah.
All right, I want your reaction to this new palette, all right?
Wait, why?
Because I think you're going to be excited. Are you ready? Okay, you can look. What do you think?
I think it's good.
You like it?
It literally is Darth Vader. Hashtag Luke's dad.
Hashtag Luke's dad. Okay, so what I want you to do, I have all 3 of the Star Wars palettes here.
Baby Yoda! Baby Yoda!
I know you love Baby Yoda. I'm going to show you the colors inside each one, and I want to hear your thoughts. You can tell me which one's first, second, and third place after you look at the cover and look at the colors inside, okay?
Okay, it's probably going to be one of these 2.
Okay, so this is the inside. That's the Baby Yoda palette.
If what these 2 would be replaced with gold or green or something, then I'd like it.
This is the Mandalorian palette.
Okay. Ooh, I like the blonde in that.
And then here's the inside of the Darth Vader palette. Ready? What colors do you think are going to be in here?
Red and black and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now you've seen the colors inside, and you've seen the covers, and you know the characters. I brought Jack to be our expert because he's watched a bunch of Star Wars, he's watched The Mandalorian, and he knows a lot more about this. He's a big Star Wars guy. So
Better than you?
More of a Star Wars guy than me. Which one is your number 1 favorite? The Darth Vader palette's your number 1 favorite?
Yes.
Which one's your number 2, and which one's last? The Child is your number 2?
Child.
And then Mandalorian is 3rd for you?
Yes.
Okay, I would actually do it opposite. I would say The Mandalorian is my favorite.
How dare you?
The Child is my number 2. And then Darth Vader is my least favorite. Just for the colors. But I think this one's the cutest.
I think this one's the coolest.
This one's the coolest.
And this one's the most boringest.
This one's the most boring. This one's my favorite one.
It's so boring. It only has like a couple colors of it. Granted, it doesn't have much color.
But I like this mustardy yellow. I like this shiny green.
But look, this has more colors of Baby Yoda.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so that's why you like that one better than the Mandalorian?
Yeah, and also see, look, because this one has more black in it, and Darth Vader's full black. So
you think the colors make more sense for Darth Vader and the Child?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your input. Thank you. You want to wave to everybody?
Bye! I'm just going to show them my face.
Okay.
What's up? Hi, I'm Jack. Bye.
Thanks, Jack.
No worries.
I hope that this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you thought that the palette ranking with my adorable and, let's face it, pretty insightful little helper was really fun to listen to. He actually had some good points, honestly. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this palette. Are you interested? Are you picking this up? Do you agree with our Star Wars palette rankings? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I love your face. Okay, bye!